hopefully with this exercise, you now have on this. So as we always have, we have our SVG, and we're going to visualization project. I highly recommend using a unique ID. But for this example, we have the title, so that I think will work well enough. So let's use that as our key, and let's use join. And because we have to create some paths and texts within our parent group element, we're going to pass in some functions. So the first one is a function, and we're going to receive our enter selection. And so let's go ahead and create our group element on that. As you might remember, is we can first put in our rotate, and so that is the index times 360 degrees divided by the total number of petals. And oh yeah, wait, actually, so we want to let's do this, and let's close. Oh wait, no, that's correct. Return rotate, and we use the spreader D, and that should hopefully get us the in the function to create our data array. We can certainly pass in another function that maybe says like maybe it's just the maybe it's the rotation, or yeah, that's a bad example, but it really is that we don't need it for our petal paths. But if you find that you need to be able to distinguish your children elements also, then you can always pass in another key function after this first function. We're going to call and then we want to scale these petals also. D.scale. Let's define the define attribute, and we're using d.path for that. And fill is our d.color. Stroke is also our d.color. And I believe fill opacity. Are just kind of overlapped on each other, like on that 0, 0 position. That's okay, because that means our flowers, our petals have been created. And let's create some text. So let us do the g.append the text. Some notes of text anchor. So center our text and vertically center our text. And then set the font size. So this is the same thing as before, so I really don't need to be doing this right now. Okay, so oh, that's because, yes, I haven't set the text on it yet, but we have the text element created. For the paths, within the parent group elements enter selection, we're also doing, all of our data dependent attribute setting within the enter selection. And this the only thing that changes is kind of whether the group itself, the flower, the whole movie itself gets filtered out or not, and thus all the petals inside don't change. So that's why it doesn't matter if we are doing all of this creation within the end. These kind of updating parts on what the join returns. So you want to chain all of these kind of data setting. So you want to take this out, and you want to say like, you want to say dot select all the paths on the That helps us keep the rest of everything simpler. And for right now, we don't actually need to do anything on the update selection for the group. And we also don't need to do anything on the exit selection for the group, because this dot join will take care of removing our exit selection, removing our extraneous groups out of the DOM. And again, we don't have to worry about all of the children elements and what happens to those, because as soon as the parent group element gets removed, those children elements get removed also. So for this part 1 of the exercise, we don't have to worry about the update selection or the exit selection. And instead, what we'll finish up with is we will chain on this dot join, which again gives us back the enter plus update. Of each of these flowers can update accordingly. And so that would be D. What happened? I'm going to scroll back up really quickly to see what's happening. That's right. Okay. So I know what happened. And what's happening right now is we have to remember to return that enter selection. And then once we've entered that, once we've returned that selection of group elements, the newly created group elements, then D3 knows in dot join to So you see that all of the flowers are being entered and exited and updated to the right positions. So let's take a moment to kind of congratulate ourselves to getting this far. This is, I think, very exciting. Awesome. So yeah, look at that. Provided us with really, really cool. Yeah. Wow. I hope you feel a sense of accomplishment. That was a lot to get to in these 2 days. Okay, so in here, all of the solutions in here that you can reference.